tuned in to another episode of Caribbean Focus TV. Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their spring break, or if you're just going on spring break right now, have an awesome time, and thanks for tuning it in to Caribbean Focus TV, warming you up and bringing you that tropical flavor right here. And by the way, my name is Sherry Garden, and I am blessed to be on set with the beautiful Miss Diana. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Cherry. Thank you for welcoming me to this new show of Caribbean Focus TV. Well, guys, today we have a special episode for you. I think it's going to be fun.
Definitely. Then it must be fun. It's Caribbean Focus TV.
Yes.
Of course. So, guys, I want to let you know, in case you have not logged on to your social media and followed Caribbean Focus TV yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, because you should already be on the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, and I feel like I'll even one out YouTube, any of them, Pinterest. Type in Caribbean Focus TV, because what we're going to do is keep you up to date on things that are happening and that what affects the Caribbean community, even internationally, as well as locally here in the U.S. So log on to that. And let me tell you, if you're new to Caribbean Focus TV, make sure that you log on to our wonderful website, caribbeanfocus.tv. On the website, you can watch our previous episodes, as well as please sign up for that newsletter, because what that does, it keeps you in the loop of the moves that Caribbean Focus TV is making, as well as things that you can participate in as well as part of the community. So newsletter, previous episodes, caribbeanfocus.tv is the website.
If you want to contact us, send us comments, suggestions, and want to invite us to your event, please shoot us an email at caribbeanfocustv@gmail.com.
That's right, that's right. So we have a very informative show in store for you today. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. On March 21st, 2016, this year, Caribbean Focus TV had the privilege of taking a tour around the Georgia state capitol. Why were we there? It was Caribbean American Heritage Day, and it was hosted by none other than State Representative Mike Glanton.
Among the sponsors of this event, we have Caribbean American Advancement Foundation, which is also one of our sponsors that gave us the privilege to bring this informative show today.
Definitely. We're going to take a quick break, guys, so make sure that you keep it locked. Stay tuned and
stay focused.
Welcome back, CFTV viewers. Thanks for staying with us.
I think we should just go straight to the Capitol since we have lots of footage to show to our viewers.
Okay. Well, Corey Renee was the news anchor that was covering the Capitol. So, please, viewers, allow me to introduce to you Corey Renee.
Stay focused.
Hello again, Caribbean Focus TV viewers. I am so excited. Today we are at the Georgia Capitol, and it is Caribbean American Heritage Day here. And guess what happened earlier this year? Earlier this year, on January 28th, 2016, Nathan Deal once again signed the proclamation declaring the month of June as the Caribbean American Heritage Month in Georgia. So here is the proclamation. And it is signed, sealed, and delivered from the Georgia governor, Nathan Deal. That is so exciting to see it in our hands with the seal. So everybody knows June 2016 is Caribbean American Heritage Month here in Georgia. That is so exciting.
See, I really love the fact that they are having this Caribbean American Heritage Day at the Capitol, because it really opens the doors and encourages people in the community to come to the Capitol and get a little bit more involved, you know, because there's this like level of fear. I don't know if I would have gone to the Capitol just on my own, you know.
Well, I think right now it's time, Cherry, that the Caribbean people, that we start getting involved in this like voting thing. Like we want people to hear our thoughts and what we feel, what's going on around us, because we have our voice, and it's like, to me, it's not being heard. Yeah. So I think it would be a great thing for the Caribbean people to get more involved, and I think that
It's a
would be
good
great
thing,
to have
right?
one of us represent one of the Caribbean people represent us
In that realm.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, someone with a Caribbean background. And so I really like what State Representative Mike Glanton is doing, because not only that, but I mean, even for young people, we need more young people to get involved and actually come out to
Yes,
these
we
things,
do.
because that's something, as I'm saying, as a younger person, I might not actually like go to the Capitol. Like, I just drive by and say, oh, it's pretty with its gold rims, a gold top, gold ceiling. See, I told you, gold rims. So, things like that. So I'm really happy that this is happening. But you know what? With that being said, I have to tell you guys that if you have Caribbean background, if you have any type of Caribbean blood going in your veins, or if you have just a friend of the Caribbean, make sure that you get ready for the month of June. Every year, June is Caribbean Heritage Month. So it's a beautiful display of so many different cultural events, history, and manifestations of Caribbean culture.
As you know, the show is only 30 minutes. We won't be able to show everything, but please visit us at our website for full footage of the event.
So Corey got a chance to interview some of the guests at the event. So now let's see who she interviewed. Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Hello, everyone. I am coming to you from the Georgia State Capitol, and I am so excited. I have bumped into Miss Kristen Bandu, representing Jamaica, and she is the winner of the 2015 Georgia Latina competition.
Well, I'm not the winner of the Georgia Latina competition. I was a highest-placing Caribbean contestant to win Miss Georgia Caribbean United States. And I also represent Puerto Rico, too, so not just Jamaica.
Okay, Jamaica and Puerto Rico. Whoop, whoop. So excited. Now, you told me you just got back in town from New York. What were you doing in New York?
I was competing in the Miss Caribbean United States pageant, the national pageant. It was so much fun. Yeah, so I can't wait to do it again next year, maybe.
And what do you? Hello again. I am so excited. I just bumped into a beautiful, beautiful reggae artist, Miss Stallion, the Empress. How are you?
Blessed. I am blessed and excited to be here today. I am Caribbean American heritage.
And tell everybody where you're from.
Well, I was born in Miami, Florida, and I grew up in Freeport, Grand Bahamas.
Now, how did you go from being born in Miami to growing up in the Bahamas?
Well, my my grandparents lived in Miami, Florida, Miami-Dade. And when my mother got pregnant, it's a long story. She ended up in Miami, Florida. And once I was born and everything, she took me back where she's from.
Okay, so what was that like for you growing up in the Bahamas?
And best of both worlds, I'll tell you. Just the friendly people, the family, the water, the sun. I mean, what else can I say? It's paradise. I love it there. Love growing up in the islands.
Now tell us about Stallion, the Empress.
Well, Miss Stallion, the Empress, she is fierce. She's not afraid of anything. Very powerful words. I say strong and beautiful. I enjoy what I do because it's a message, not just about going out there and singing and performing, but it's the message in my song as well. So I'm excited about that. And you can check me up on www.iamstallion.com.
And spell Stallion for people who are not sure.
Okay, it's Styleon.
All right, good. Thank you for doing that because I would have misspelled it.
I know. Well, that's why we have off to learn lessons to do it. So yeah, check me out when you get a chance.
And tell us, what type of music do you do?
I'll say world music. It's a twist between Caribbean, reggae, and pop.
Nice. So give us a couple of lines from your hottest song right now.
Woo! Let's see. There's so much hot songs. I got to pull back from it. Okay. This one is called Enough People Them. Right. Just sing it or say it. Okay. Enough people don't want to see me make it. They rather see me break down and frustrated. But me sing from me heart and me soul say, whoa. Listen. Enough people don't want to see me make it. They rather see me break down sad and frustrated. But the money both will never leave or forsake me. You better watch out for your own judgment day.
All right, viewers, I hope that you are enjoying the show so far and the interview with Miss Georgia Latina, Christine Banjou, and Jamaican reggae artist, Miss Stallion.
We are going to learn what is going on with our tax money, where it goes. Prior to that, we are going to take a short break.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Looking to sell, lease, or buy a home? Do you need to stop a foreclosure? Real estate advisor Courtney McFarlane can help. Call 678-313-4831 or visit CourtneyMcFarlane.metrobrokers.com. He helped me. He can help you too. 678-313-4831.
Welcome back, viewers. We are heading back to the state capitol with State Representative Mike Glanton.
Well, Jerry, you interviewed him before. I think you can tell me a little bit more and the viewers about who is he? Who is Mike Glanton?
Yes, I did interview him last year. Well, he's a retired war veteran from the United States Army. And the thing about Mike is that he has a proven track record of empowering our community. I mean, for the better, even the Caribbean community. You know, not only the American people, but also the Caribbean community. And to learn more about Mike Glanton, just go to his website, all right? MikeGlanton.com. Easy cheesy.
Oh, wow, now I'm very enthusiastic to hear what he had to tell us. Stay tuned and stay focused.
No one except for a House representative can stand and speak from this where you are right now. Okay, and this is where we debate bills. This is where we recognize honorees that come down, that when we sit up in the gallery, there are opportunities that we get a chance to do what we call an invite resolution, which is different from just an invite. An invite is to bring you down and to recognize you. I would come down here and I would ask the House of Representatives to please stand and help me welcome a distinguished group from ABC, and then you would stand up and the House would recognize you. There are other resolutions whereas if there's something really, really special that we want to recognize, then you will actually be able to come on the floor. And so you'll go up to, we'll go up to where the speaker's podium is. As you turn around, that's the Speaker of the House, David Ralston. And you can only approach that podium, actually either one of them, with his permission. And so if I come up, I'll say, Mr. Speaker, I need to make an announcement. And he'll say, Representative Glanton, you can take the well. But if he doesn't acknowledge you and say that you can take the well, you can't take the well, okay? And of course, you can't take his podium without his permission as well. One of the interesting things that you guys may not realize is every single day we have a preacher here. We actually do a devotion every single day before we start the session. We have a pastor of the day, or chaplain of the day is what we call them, and they'll come down and we, you know, it can be a rabbi, it can be a female, it can be a male, it can be black, it can be white, it can be Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, whatever it is. Each representative all have a privilege and a right to bring their pastor. So I would sign up and say, hey, I want to bring my pastor from my district to be the chaplain of the day. And so he would come down, and once we got approval from the speaker, and he would do it.
You brought one this year.
I did bring one. I brought Dr. Donna McLeod from Divine Faith Ministries out of Clayton County.
And I brought, at the beginning of the year, I have a Korean church in my district, and the pastor was the honoree to do the chaplain of the day also as well.
And it's really interesting. Next year, we're going to make sure that we do this on a day that the session is in. Because if you've never seen it, it's organized noise. It looks like chaos.
Love it.
When you're sitting up in the gallery and you see us running around and somebody's down here talking and it appears that we're not even listening and paying attention, you're like, wow, these guys are so rude. They're not even paying attention to the speech. We are. But at the same time, if Representative Moraine is here, I'm sitting here trying to convince him to vote for my bill or to vote against the bill. And so we're busy.
180 members.
Trying to get somebody to sign something,
love it.
to not oppose something.
My kind of place.
But when you look up there, it looks like a bunch of roaches just scattering around somewhere, right? And then what's amazing about it is when the speaker says the clerk will ring the bell, everything goes quiet. And everybody goes just like they get in their place, they sit in their seats, and they're waiting for their vote. They're coming from outside. You'll see them running in the doors. And the other interesting thing about it is when the preacher, right before we do the preacher today, we lock the doors. That way, nobody can come in, nobody can go out. Yes. And you would see some of these guys who don't want to sit down and listen to the preacher, you'll see them scrambling trying to get out the door before, because you have to vote present and then you're trying to get out the door at the same time. So sometimes the speaker, he'll do it real quick, so you get locked in. Especially some of those that need a little practice. But my seat is back there on the third row from the back, close to the what we have two ante rooms.
You can see the 75
Right.
from over here.
And we have two ante rooms. You have an ante room here and an ante room here. In this ante room right here, no one is allowed in there except for representatives, not even senators. No one can come into that room. That is our private room where we're supposed to be doing all our coercing each other and all that kind of stuff. And of course,
Plus eating
we
and
eat a
drinking.
lot of food in there. A lot of donuts,
You
a
can
lot
find any
of
kid
coffee,
Krispy
Krispy
Kreme,
Kreme, everything's in there.
Coca-Cola product.
So we eat a lot in that room.
Yeah.
And it's also a room where you can go. We have couches in there. We can go and sit down and relax a little bit, especially when we have those 12-hour days. Like this coming Thursday, we won't get out to midnight. And so by law, we have to be here to midnight. And so you'll see us over there. Now this room here is usually where if I've got a meeting with someone and I can't meet them back in the district, but it's something urgent that they need to talk to me about, I can either go out there and talk to them on the ropes, or I can meet them in here and we can meet. And also I can bring you in there up to 15 people.
Up to 50 people.
To take a picture inside the ante room. This is also where we do our press conferences. You'll see all the media. And speaking of media, those glass windows back there, they're watching us each and every day. All the media, all your video media, all your
Print,
everything, AJC, CBS, Fox, everybody is in those glasses. They're not allowed out here unless the speaker authorizes them to come out. Now, if you're a constituent and you come down here and you want to talk to me, okay, we have pages, young girls and guys in the schools that come down here and page for us. There's a piece of slip that you'll fill out there to send in to me to say, hey, Courtney's outside, he'd like to talk to you about the Religious Freedom Bill, or he'd like to talk to you about the medical marijuana bill, or he'd like to talk to you about raising his taxes. He'd like to talk to you about expanding Medicaid and closing down hospitals. Those are the kind of things. So what happens is you organize a group of people to come down here. Let's say if you were trying to make Caribbean Day an official day in Georgia, okay, which it already is. But if you were trying to do that, you would try to gather as many folk that advocate for that cause to come down here and call your representatives to the road to say, hey, I need for you to vote yes on this. And sometimes we'll listen, and sometimes we'll say, hey, I'm sorry I can't be with you this time, but maybe next time we can agree on something. So I'm not going to come, you're not going to change my mind about anything on the ropes. 9 times out of 10, all you're going to do is find out whether I'm for it or against it. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if the vote is coming up, decisions have already been made. So the place for you to impact me is not out here on these ropes. The place for you to impact me is in committee when those bills are being debated. Okay? So you have a right to come down here and speak on any issue that you want to speak in the committee. And you ever watch U.S. Congress on C-SPAN or something like that? We do the same thing. The exact same thing. Only we do state policy versus federal. Okay? So I'll pause here. Is there any question that anybody have about the process?
So now that we've heard the rules and regulations and the politics involved in bringing and passing a bill, without further ado, let's take a tour of the Capitol.
I think it was very informative, guys. In the meantime, stay tuned and
Stay focused.
This side is actually located the clerk's office, and this is where all of our bills are processed to be able to go on the floor. Once we introduce a bill, hey, get to see this one. Once we introduce a bill, it will come into this office to be processed and be put in the official record. Okay. Now that room right there, 309, straight ahead, you can come and find any bill that's been introduced. Any bill by any representative that's been introduced, and that's the clerk's office. Okay, so if you're looking to research a bill, especially if you have young folks out there, you want to write essays about something, and you tell them go research the House Clerk's office to see what legislation Representative Glanton has sponsored or supported, or if you want to do if you're doing a report or something, working on your master's, and you want to do an analysis of what votes took place and when and how and the outcome, then, hey, friend, you can actually come here and get up. Well, I'll tell you what, friend, because I know you. This is Senator Fran Millard. He's one of those that serve over here in the lower house. I'm
in the House of Lords. But I was house trained. I was in the House.
He was house trained. He started out in the House. All right. And Legislative Council, let's say if I say that you ought to be able to wear a headband with the religious statement on it while you participate in high school sports. Okay? And I don't know whether or not there's a law out there already that conflicts with that, or I don't know if that's constitutional. So I take it to my attorneys. Legislative Council. We all have attorneys that are assigned to specific areas, whether it's government, education, appropriations, economic development, banks. We don't have to be the real smart guys. We can just say, hey, I think you ought to be able to wear a headband when you're running track. I don't care what the Georgia High School Association says. So I come in here and I ask Legislative Council, what I want to do is I want to draft a bill that would allow you to do that. And so they'll go down and do all the research and make sure if, number one, the laws are not already on the books. Number two, that the law is actually constitutional and we can do it. And if those two things check out, they'll draft me a bill. And then I'll go in here and start trying to find other people to sign on to my bill. And I'll usually want a bipartisan bill. So I'll probably try to go find 2 prominent Democrats and 2 prominent Republicans to sign off on my bill. The more bipartisan your bill is, the less resistance you'll get through the process. So I love to work across the aisle. I love to be bipartisan because I'm about issues versus party. Now, I love my party and I'm a proud Democrat, but I'm about getting things done. Okay? I really want you to get the imagery here. This is the Senate chamber. I'm not going to take you in there because I don't want to kind of impact my intelligence. And I want to keep it with me so I can take it back to the House. But we're not going to go in there. But the imagery I want you to take away from you, look across the hall. Look across the Capitol. What do you see? The House chamber. They can see us. We can see them. And it's a really strange game that's being played. We're watching to see how many House bills they pass. And they're watching to see how many how many Senate bills we pass. So if they don't pass any House bills, we're not going to sign any Senate bills. That's the game that's being played. Because our bills, remember when I said, have to pass both chambers. So we have 180 members. They have 56. There's a whole lot more of us over there trying to get bills passed than they. And so we're concerned. We're not going to pass 50 Senate bills when they're only passing 5 House bills. So we're watching each other. And we can actually watch each other on the monitors. You wouldn't believe on a daily basis how many folks are actually down here. Lobbyists, advocates, opponents, they're down here, hey, and they're watching on the screens to see who's passing what bills and what's going on. So they can keep up with it because most of them are down here representing their companies and they're trying to get something passed. They're trying to influence. But yeah, that's the imagery that I want you to see. That's why we call it across the other side, you know, and they call themselves the House of Lords. And of course, we know that all the money, he who has the gold rules, and all the money starts in the House. Okay? So anyway, just so you have that. Okay, but this is called the Capitol Museum area. And so you'll see a lot of history up here. And I'll show you a little bit and we'll head down. This is a committee room. Added African American males, added Hispanics, added women, then women of color, and then of course your LGBT, and all those different entities began to come into play here at the Capitol. So that's why it's so important for you to impact the future of this state. What you see in there? All white men. That's exactly what Georgia used to look like. That's exactly what Georgia looked like.
I was coming to you.
All white men.
Yeah, at least
even in the staff positions, it was all white men. Okay? I don't know if you realize it, but the top of the dome is actual pure 24 karat gold. It is gold. Absolutely.
Welcome back, guys. I can only say that if you never learn something from this show today, me no know what you did I do, because me did learn enough.
Yes, indeed. I will urge you all watching this show. If you're not yet a citizen, you need to think quick. It is one vote, one person, and your vote counts, guys.
So we are now at the sad moment of the show where we have to bid you farewell. But before we go, I'm going to remind you to log on to the website and watch full, new, and past episodes at CaribbeanFocus.tv. Also, while you're on CaribbeanFocus.tv, make sure that you tune into our live streaming, because you can see all the exclusive footage that we couldn't fit into the 30-minute segment, and log on so that you can also get the newsletter and see our services page. So if you have a business or anything that needs to be advertised, you can see the roster, the listing of all of our services, and how you can get your information out here to our Caribbean Focus TV viewers.
And remember, guys, for your suggestions and comments, please email us at CaribbeanFocusTV@gmail.com.
Definitely. So, make sure that you visit us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, and even YouTube. And make sure that you press like. You know, like is very important because it lets us know how you're feeling. And share the information as well, because the diaspora likes to know what's going on. And by you sharing it, you're educating even more people. Before we go, I definitely want to shout out to our partners, the Caribbean American Advancement Foundation and 106liveradio.com. Thanks for your support.
Thanks to our sponsors, Live Video Production, Sounds Explosion, Caribbean Association of Georgia. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your support. Please remember, see you all next week for a great show. Stay tuned. And stay focused.